Today's Sunday, November 17th, 2024. Huh, what's up? I got my 12-string guitar back yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to tune it yet. And that's how good of a job those fellas did. I mean, it's not completely in tune, but holy moly. Hi, Rose. Yesterday was a good day. Back, buckled it up in the front seat, as one does. I don't have a case, but I have an airbag. And I went to an event called Ghostopia in Morro Bay. Sold some art, made some friends, talked about art, went to the bathroom a few times. Smoked a joint. Smoked another joint. And then I ate some edibles. Oh, and Rose, I'm doing good. How are you? Anyways, the event ended earlier than I thought for me anyways, as the vendor, because I was selling my stuff at a booth. So I came home, ate some food, and I forgot what I did from there. I think I just passed out. But then I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning to use the bathroom. So far, are you with me? It's really exciting stuff, I'm telling you. This is all true. Went back to bed. Laid there for a little while, fell back asleep. Woke up at 4 o'clock. Well, I've been out here ever since. Gave my cat a little freeze-dried meat nugget thing. I throw them around the garage. She likes to hunt them down. Thank God she doesn't bury them. She eats them. But anyways, I forgot about my 12-string sitting in my guitar, or in my car. Basically, my guitar was a big guitar case. All buckled up in there, all safe and sound. Safe and sounding alright. Alright. My hands are kind of cold. It's 27 degrees outside, which means it's about 32 degrees in the garage. I'm wearing socks though, so I'm doing okay. Getting ready to draw. Getting ready to talk. Getting ready to piss some people off and make some new friends. I just can't believe that they put new strings on this thing and everything. And it still sounds like it's pretty much in tune. Like I could put the tuner on it, and I would just have to tweak it up a little bit. Wow, they did such a good job. I'm so happy. I mean, before I had to push down so hard on the strings because they were like an inch away from the neck. You know, it hurts your hands. I don't know if you're not familiar with guitars. The closer the strings are to the guitar without them buzzing on the frets, those little metal things, you know, brass things, whatever. The better, because that's why electrics are so great, because they're just smooth, easy to play. The strings are like laying on the neck practically. But acoustics are different, so I need mine to be like really close to the neck, otherwise my poor little wrists get hurt. But that's important, you know, wrists are important. Hey everybody. Whoa, 10 people are watching me on a Sunday morning? Hunka dong dang. All right, so last night at the event I was drawing a lot, and I drew stuff up here. So I finally started like basically creating the roof, the ceiling to this monstrosity down here. Okay, bye. Wait, what? Oh, bye, Rose. Oh, wait. Yeah, Rose. Have a good day. Kick some ass and take some names. There'll be a quiz later. Oh. Bring this down a little bit. I do want to work on the city. Okay. Let's see what damage I can do here. Hey, Grandma?
Yeah,
Grandma?
yeah.
Grandma?
What?
Grandma? Do you ever get the feeling that you're being watched?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. You can roll back over and look at the wall. Roll. There you go. Thank you. Good night.
All right.
She's sweet. Can I be friends? Or are you asking me? Or are you asking Russ? I have enough friends. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel. Get in, losers. We're going ostracizing. Ugh. I couldn't think of anything really clever fast enough. I'm sorry. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve your views. Especially when I have plenty of my own. And they're all horrible. I love this part where I can just go in and just add like the little teeny details. Let's see. Stop. Up, another stop. Can you go to the right a little bit? Stop! God damn it, I said right, not like all the way to the right. Can you go to the left a little bit? Perfect. Peter, how the hell are you? Jordan, it's good to see you again. Just adding a little cityscape back here so I can top off this. I just wanted to square off this round area right here so it kind of blends in more. Because it's driving me crazy. It's the little things in life. God damn it. Are you asking me, Peter? Oh, I'm on top of the world. I'm under the world. I am the world. Hey, I'm worldly. Let's just say that. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry that I said it like that. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. But we can think it together. How about that? The neighbor's on the roof again. On his roof, just sitting there playing his guitar. Oh, he heard me and he just turned it up. Oh, great. I could shut my window, but I kind of like it. It's just different. Not everybody does that. Sometimes a falcon comes in and drops off dead animals to him, like birds and like little birds and like mice and stuff. It's weird. And he like eats them. I don't know what my neighbor's up to these days, but I'm intrigued, and I keep tabs. I have a little list over here that I keep tabs on. It's important. It's important to keep tabs on your neighbors and, well, just to make sure they're safe. For their safety and yours, friends. That's why I went to private high school about 3 months ago. Graduated 3 days ago. Who would have thought? I like drawing too. I like drawing. I like other people's drawings quite a bit. Jordan, I like your comments. I think you're a swell person. I think you belong in the YouTube commenters Hall of Fame. And I will stick to my guns and I will hold that to my tail to my teeth for the rest of my life. I promise you. that, Jordan. You deserve the world. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but you do. All of y'all. All two of you. It's true, though. God dang it. If you can reach one person, that's one person too many. I mean, one. That's a positive thing. I'm here to. I'm here to make people laugh. I'm here to make people cry. By God, Jordan, I'm here to make people die. That's why I can never be a doctor. Never be a doctor again. I just don't have the patience. I love that one. Gotta put a shadow under that roof right there. That way when I connect it to this guy's face, it actually pops out a little bit more. Because this head, even though, so I guess this thing would be closer to you than the house, right? So there necessarily wouldn't be a shadow from the head on this thing. And if there was, it would mean that this thing was right next to it. Or the light was being cast like right here, and the shadow was being. But always in my drawings for some. Oh, I'm I should pull it back a little bit. There we go. Because I was saying, like, I always have the sun in my drawings, like for this one for example. Like the sun is always in the right hand side of the screen, or like up here, so like the sun would be coming down like this. Or the light, whatever it is. But now it's like I'm seeing like a horn wrapped around this thing. Let's finish that out before I forget. Stupid. I kind of just like when I used to love comic books, so I just drew comic books, and I used to just draw the comic books that I wanted to read, and I made up my own characters and stuff. And I guess that sort of morphed into the kind of, when I started writing songs, I started writing the kind of music that I wanted to listen to or hear. It's the same thing. It's like I'm a fan of. If anything, I think people could look at my work, and people always ask me like, well, where do you get inspiration from, or what does this even mean, or whatever, that kind of stuff, you know. I'm sure questions that are hard to answer. I mean, it's not like I'm drawing a picture of like somebody sitting on a couch or something like that. Just and that, I don't know. When it's this abstract, it's really hard to answer those questions. But I forget what I was going with that, because that's another thing. I have a scatterbrain, so it means something different every time I look at it. And I think that's what art does, or should do. Music does the same thing. You know, you can listen to a song when you're sad, or you crave a song. Like when you're sad, you got a broken heart, you're like, oh man, I want to hear this fucking song. You put the song on. But sometimes you need that song to amp you up too. And it just depends on what your body is perceiving, I guess. How it's relating to the world around you. Never take that stuff for granted. If you're feeling sad, think about your environment. Sometimes I wake up sad. Or like, even happy for that matter. Like extremely ecstatic, but I realized in my dreams I was doing stuff, you know, like in the sad ones I was having these, you know, going through horrible things. I have very vivid dreams. But in the good ones, I'm like flying around like Neo and stuff or whatever, kicking agents' butts in my dreams and stuff and being like a superhero. So I wake up out of those dreams and I'm all confident and like I can take on the freaking world, and it's insane. And that can happen throughout the day too, because I do dream throughout the day. Hey, can you turn down just a little bit, John? I mean, I'm live on YouTube, man. Oh, he flipped me off. Golly gosh darn dang, he flipped me off. I don't know how he did that while he was still playing the guitar, but he did. That's some talent, John. I gotta respect that. Sorry. It's 4 a.m. Jesus. He's a good guy. How old am I? I just turned 45. Dead or alive 45, that's what they say down here in the South. That's right, I'm in the South Bronx. Honka dong dang dang, my horse barely fits in the garage downstairs. Nobody likes him. He doesn't bite or nothing, but he does poop a lot. And he gets to bucking around, and people don't like it because well, you ever been around a horse that bucks? They tend to fart a lot there, Jordan. And, well, I'm sorry, Peter. Yeah, Peter. So it matters. However old I am matters on how much the horse poops. It's a weird cowboy-like science, but it's a buckaroo dong dong dang. It's kind of like the kind of day that we meant to set out for when we're looking for the sunset or something like that, you know? Can't find the sunset in the city without a horse. It's hard to even find true north without a horse in the big city. Yeah, I'm thinking about 2,000 people. You know, usually as big as I can go. Yeah, that's why they call it moseying. You mosey on out of town towards a smaller town. No idea what I'm talking about, Peter. I'm sorry. You are absolutely a victim of circumstance here. I deeply apologize. Thought I had a grasp. I do. I'm good. I got the keys to my Ford. My Ford F-150's outside. It's 1986. And yes, it does have a Hemi. Hey, Granny. That thing, it does have a Hemi, right? Yeah, oh, she's giving me the finger. The good one. The thumb. But don't make that gesture. Granny, just turn around. Gosh darn it. I finally want to live in this garage. I don't know who's... The family was on a vacation, or it's like their second home or something like that. So we sleep in the garage just to be undetected. But the walls are very thin out, very cold, and we're very hungry. But we're together, and that's what. Look at me, Granny. Go, God, you're distracting me. Your third eye over there, like blinking around and stuff. She's kind of crazy, but I love her. She's my grandma. She's my granny. She's my granny. She's my grandma. She's my mama. Mama Granny. Run. You see, down here we like to roll our R's just as much as we roll our T's. That kind of like the, like the Chianti thing from Silence of the Lambs, but a little bit creepier. If you can imagine that, it is actually a little bit creepier. Sorry. I tried to laugh once and it didn't work out. And ever since then, that's what happens. I don't know what it means. Who cares, right? All I know is Bambi is like coming in here, something like looking at me. It's maybe that deer that hit me the other day on my birthday. A freaking herd of deers ran into me in the middle of an intersection, a busy ass intersection on my birthday in the morning on my way to work. This is the most insane thing that's ever happened to me. I was at a really busy intersection with 100 cars around me, and the light turned green for me. I was going straight, and in the middle of the intersection, a fucking buck just slammed into the left-hand side of my car, like full fucking sprint. And I was going like 20 miles an hour at that point. And he bounces off my hood, flies over the hood, disappears, and I'm like, please get up, please get up, please get up, please be okay, please. And he gets up. He looks at me, we look at each other, he shakes it off, and he runs, and all of a sudden there's all these other deer around me, and they're all running towards him and running off into the hills, and I'm like, what the... All these cars are sitting there watching this. It was in broad daylight. It was like 8 in the morning. It was the most incredible thing ever. So, I was thinking about it, that maybe this is him. That just happened like 2 days ago. On my birthday. It was like my birthday morning. I already said that. But anyways, yeah, it was a trip. Oh, I don't know about masterpiece. I would say masterpieces. It's like little pieces put together. But there's masters and there's subordinates, you know. And you know how it is. You know how it is in the hood. We all know how it is in the hood, right? Okay, yes. Yes, folks. There's lots of hands, lots of booty, lots of, and booty, there's gold too. That's booty as well. And that's why they call that booty. It's gold, friends. In the hood, gold is booty. Booty is gold. Everybody knows that. Ain't got time for no small time, wheeling and dealing bullshit out here in the hood. We gotta get shit done. Like, yeah, that's right. But yes, it is my next masterpiece. Thank you very much. Isn't that right, fellas? Oh, I'm. John, you're not gonna look at me? I forgot my friends are gone, and John is my neighbor up on his roof playing his guitar. Well, he's not looking at me. I think he's mad at me. John, are you mad at me? He's not looking at me. Can I have my guitar back? I mean, if you're not gonna like, he's just kind of like walking around on his roof. Hey, passerby, can you tell John to give me my guitar back? Any chance of that? Can you at least change the song? This is. If you look up. Damn, he's getting louder as I talk. Do you hear that? Oh my gosh. Maybe I should bust out my harmonica, See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't want to listen to anybody. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's actually kind of cool. I think he might be done. Oh my god. Nope, he's not done. Oh, he just turned it up. Oh, weirdo. John. Heavens. Sometimes, folks, people are just awesome. And you just don't even know how cool they are until you really find out the hard way. It's the same one. This is so stupid. Oh my gosh. What is this? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. I've been around since the beginning. Oh. Okay. And I have listened to your cries. Yeah. Of happiness. Happy. And sadness. Yeah. And I have listened to your heart. Oh? And they tell me that you have art on your mind. And yeah. With us comes the great change. The great change of eternal glory. Oh, gosh. And legacy. Like the ones before us who built temples into the sky out of stone. Yes. We have come home, my friends. Oh, yes. We have come home. It's my art Bible. Oh, gosh. The artists have arrived. And you might say that we know our place, but if you wouldn't mind turning to page 2 of your manuals. Oh, yeah, page 2. Page 2. You'll see the rules. Oh, page 2. Only 3. Only 3? I'm on the wrong book. Now I'm gonna let so-and-so take over because it's very important that we listen so-and-so to what they have to say. Cool. I will be right behind them. Happy birthday. To ensure you that they are telling you exactly what I want them to tell you. Alright? Everybody, eyes forward. You in the back? Yeah? What's your name? My name's Johnny. Huh? Johnny. Speak up. Johnny. Oh. Huh? You're a wise guy. A little bit. I think you're funny. No. Friends, what do we do with funny people? Huh? We make them listen to the radio FM. Send them to the room. Oh, no! 4 hours. No, I don't want to go to the room. We have some newcomers. No! Someone quite famous is joining our cast. Isn't that funny? Cast. His name's Blight Shogo, everybody. Welcome, Blake.
Hey, everybody.
Everybody say hi to Blake.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
Well,
Blake,
I'm actually going to
are you
get
hungry? No, I'm alright. I'm alright. Thank you, though. Okay, fair enough.
I have no idea what this is.
Blake, I'm gonna sing you a song.
I was very
Sit
high.
down.
I was very high at
Take
the
a little
time.
nap.
Yes.
Those tranks should be kicking in right now. Oh yeah, those feel darn great, y'all. Y'all have any like beers or anything? Yeah, we got some beers. Yeah, we got some beers for you, buddy. But first, just take a load off. Yeah, let me get those boots off for you.
Oh, Blythe. He's doing good. I'll try to bring the table down a little bit here.
Everyone's new in the eyes of the art. Who has a big heart, big enough for all of us? Who makes us the fool? Who uses us as a tool against evil?
I need to erase the.
Where's my erasers?
Oh, I know.
Because art's been around since the beginning of time, long before humans.
All right, I'm gonna erase that pencil because it is so distracting. I actually can't stand pencil at all. I think it's kind of like a terrible medium because like it's nice for sketching things out, but I hate the little things that the eraser shavings, and I love the smell of erasers.
Thank you, friends.
Um,
Thank you. All right, everybody have a seat.
but I just don't like pencil because I just think they're messy and they
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
That's okay.
blur
That's
or like whatever.
okay. All right. Why don't we all like
Ow, ow.
I don't get in a circle and draw? Wouldn't that be fun? And I'll just read to you from the Holy Book. Some of it I can't read because the holes are too big, but I'll let you know. Friends, the art world is against you.
It's true.
You are a unique, unbridled snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
You are the same rotting, organic matter as everything else, and it's beautiful.
It's true.
We are everything, and we are nothing.
Wow.
What a perfect place for us all to be here together right now, at this very moment almost.
Yes.
We have a lot to learn, and we have far to go. But friends,
It's like a poem. It's like a poem.
as long as we stick together,
Mm-hmm.
that long road to go won't be as long anymore.
True.
And I will show you the way.
Huh?
Because it was shown to me.
Bye.
Listen,
Oh, that's pretty.
did you hear that?
Yeah. Whoa. That was beautiful.
There was once a man named Arthur P. Wellington.
Hmm?
Once upon a time. He showed the first artists how to use a stick that was burnt on one end to make symbols onto other pieces of material, usually thin pieces of wood.
Wow.
With this, he created art,
Yes.
named after him, of course, Arthur. The first artists took it upon themselves to draw and sketch and create as often as they possibly could.
Hmm.
Not to
Huh?
hurt or plunder or blunder or put anybody asunder, No, nor to do that. Mainly just to communicate. To tell their loved ones that they cared for them.
Mm-hmm.
To show that we were connected to the universe
Yes. Yes.
and the cosmic order of everything and nothing.
Absolutely.
Friends,
So deep.
artists,
So deep.
lichens,
Lichens?
we are gathered together, finally, in the throes of injustice
Absolutely.
and dismay.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Morning, Joel.
We are called upon.
I'm joining a cult.
We are called.
Yeah, or a club. It's a club. Oh, this is nice.
Friends. It's just that simple.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Joel. Great answer.
Because when the art is made,
Best to keep an open mind. It's a cult club, you know, culture club.
the heart is created.
He's talking kind of quietly. Yes.
And destroyed at the same time. Now come and sit and let's eat from this one little fish and his brother. Not so fresh, but if you're hungry, you'll eat it.
I like fish. I like old fish. That's sketchy. I like fish. I like fish in the morning. I like fish sticks. I like fish shrimp. Especially when it's raw and wriggling. Star Grub Cult. That's what I should call this wonderful channel. That's what I should call this wonderful channel. You know what I also thought would be a funny name for a pottery place would be License to Kiln. I think maybe somebody already said that because that's like too good. I like to draw and seesaw and erase pencil marks out here in the cold and the fucking dark. Fucking dark. I mean, trucking dark. It's a family-friendly program, I think. Let's give that demon a dome and bring his little heart home. I got my 12-string back. It's not in tune with whatever's playing. But it plays well now. I just need to tune it up. These, however, might be in tune. Let's see. I like these little things. I have them everywhere. If I had a kid, like, oh my gosh, there'd be like one of those in every room, and I would be the most annoying parent in the world to everybody else around. Me and my kid be walking around like with bells and whistles all the time. Trying to impress people. Nah, just trying to keep the demons at bay, I guess. That's what art used to do. Now people just stupid ass people. All they do is just go live on YouTube and draw for the fame and the fortune and the girls and the men and the everything, all the drugs and the sex and the rock and roll. And that's all they're in it for. That's all I want. Oh wait, that's another channel. Hey everybody, send money. Just kidding, just kidding. But if you want to, call 911, call 1-900. Stave off the cravings. Get your grub on today. Well, that was an interesting end to that. I had no idea where that one was going. Then it ended with this cool little weird jam thing. Let's see, where does those? There's some funny ones. There's some funny ones in here, but oh my gosh, some of them are just so weird. All right, and that was 110-12 with Without Movement in C minor. Here's Carrie Thomas. This is NPR. Paranormal. Smile. Making music is one of my favorite things to do in the entire world. If I had a place to go and just make music and art and you just left me alone, I could go in there every day at probably before dawn, like I do now. I used to have a little place in Boise, and I would get up like hella early sometimes, like 2 in the morning. I was around, it was like in this industrial part of Boise. It was in the back room of this weird little chapel. They let me paint back there and stuff. And yeah, I would listen to like Last of the Mohicans, the soundtrack to Last of the Mohicans and stuff. It was so epic. And then I got into like a lot of soundtracks, like Edward Scissorhands and stuff. That, by the way, Edward Scissorhands is a great soundtrack to listen to during the winter, or like Christmas Day or something like that. Holy moly! Just saying, it is a fantastic. That's right. I was working on the buildings. I gotta drink some of my coffee. Just kidding. It's actually Grendel's mother's milk. Yes, here we go. How's everybody doing this morning? Wait, what happened? Oh. Kill. Yeah. Nice. Back is. Oh, you're back. Sorry, I had to catch up there for a second. I went to this event last night where there was a bunch of bands. It was this event center. It's basically an event center now, but it was, excuse me, a mortuary. And so like where we had our booths, first of all, there was like this chapel area that was freaking rad where they had the bands playing and stuff. I want to play there like pretty bad actually, because it's a mortuary. It was an old mortuary, but then they turned the pews that were in the chapel part of the place. They turned the pews into a stage, and the stage was made out of the pews. It was just, I went up there and looked at it. My friend told me, and she was like, yeah, they made the stage out of the pews that were left behind, because the place was like abandoned for like 10 years too. It was built in like the 60s or something like that. It's like insane. And where we had our booths set up, like was where the crematorium was, sort of like in that back area, and which was kind of a trip. And I'm just like fascinated. There's this, I'm sure you all have heard of like back rooms, like on YouTube and stuff. I'm a YouTube freak when it comes. I just watch the weirdest stuff on YouTube, you know, and I'm all over the place. But back rooms is like, my mom was a nurse, so like I grew up going with her because she didn't want to leave me alone sometimes. But also, I just wanted to go to Chico, and I could like go outside and hang out in Chico, you know, because we lived out in the country. But she worked in Chico. So, anyways, she worked in this little clinic thing, you know, and on the weekends she worked by herself in this huge place, but only like a fraction of it was open just for her and a few people, right? And so I would just have free reign of this entire building, and it was like all dark, you know, as opposed to when it was, you know, all lit up. And because I went there quite a bit because she worked there, and I was a pretty sickly kid. I had like asthma and like weird stuff going on with my lungs ever since I was like born, kind of. But yeah. And then I saw back rooms, and it took me a long time to realize why it was so interesting to me, because you know, just falling into this place where it's supposed to be all like normal and people up around, but there's like nothing, and it's just surreal. There's a Stephen King movie, what was it called, Langoliers or something like that, it's sort of similar, where they go into a dimension where it's just like everything tastes different and looks different and everything's just dull, like the Pirates of the Caribbean, like how they describe being dead, you know. You can eat an apple, but there's nothing, there's no taste and no nutrition, no nothing. It's just torture, endless torture. I don't know, I'm getting off track now. Gosh, I wonder how much energy if you're at 240 volts. Dang. That's always something you got to think about when you're doing different types of art as well. Just a space, energy, and factoring that into the stuff you sell. When people are like looking at it, they're like, "Wow, that's a lot of money." You're like, "Bitch, have you seen my kiln? Get over here, look at my freaking kiln. Here, I know we're at this art in the park. Here's a picture of it, god damn it. Look at it." And people have no idea how much goes into making art. They're like, "You want 150 for that?" I'm like, "No, I want 150 for you to get the hell out of my face. I want 250 for the drawing." And then I say, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm usually not so mean. It's just that time of my life. I'm having the time of my life." Oh, I sure do love new Sharpies. I ended up making friends with this dude. Man, I totally kind of forgot about that because it was just such a crazy night. But like, his name's Patrick, and he was in the, thank freaking God, I don't know how I got so lucky, but he was right in the booth right next to me. And he had records. So immediately I was just like, "Oh, cool." Like all these like punk rock records and like, oh, like you could tell just like records you don't see every day, like in regular stores and stuff. And I didn't even like look through them. I'm just not like I'm not a record guy, but I admire it, you know what I mean? Like I respect it, you know what I mean? And because I don't have a record player, and I'm not like ooh and ah about like everything like everybody else is. Like cassettes coming back, I think, is the stupidest thing, because nobody has cassette players, and the cassette players that they make these days are shitty. And there's a reason why CDs were a little bit better, because tapes sucked. And if people actually grew up in the 80s and the 90s and had to use them, they would agree with me. Like they wouldn't want to go back to tapes. I had to use tapes forever, and they're like, you have to. I have fucking like still to this day like duffel bags full of cassette tapes. They're just so cumbersome. I mean, they're kind of cool, but I just don't like how bands are coming back out with tapes. It's like nobody has cassette tapes, not even in their cars. Like, why would you do that? I feel like it's so gimmicky and I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer, but like, I just feel like, you know, it's just people like glamorize the 80s, like act like it was so cool, and there were aspects of it that were, but most of it sucked balls. Like, come on. I mean, I bought Kid A. I bought Kid A on cassette tape in, gosh, I guess it was right after I moved down to Chico's, like in 2000, like in January or February, and at a place, and because I had a cassette player in my truck, but the fucking truck ate it. I mean, I don't know. It's like some things were great, but then like people bring back or like forget the things that were actually crappy, and they bring them back as if they were cool, and it just, I don't know. It could be spent. Your energy could be spent on new or better things, like that'll work better. I guess, you know. It's bad enough that you buy like a phone and within two months it's like already breaking or cracking or some shit. I'm cracking. It's the new iPhone cracking. 2-day crack. Or your money back. What? 2-day crack? That's right, 2-day crack. Or your money back.
Who said that? Get out of my garage. Grandma? Grandma, did you hear that? The voice? Grandma, what are you doing? What? What are you doing? Are you sleeping? Yeah. Our voices sound very much alike, Grandma. Good night. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Oh gosh, I'm back and I'm better than Ezra. Remember? Remember that bad joke from the other day? Sorry, I'm drinking coffee, a lot of it, because I like it. And it's hot. And it warms my belly. I have 3 bellies, and it's hard enough trying to warm one of them. I've gotta warm them all at the same time. Well, again, it's a waste of the coffee bean. And I don't want the people that are suffering making those beans to have to suffer any longer than they ever have to do anyways. That's why I think everybody should just be nicer to each other. Drink more coffee. Coffee is the best thing ever. This episode was brought to you by Coffee Beans all around the world. Thank you, Coffee Beans. We love you. See, it's not that hard. Thank you. Thank you, passerby. That means a lot. I mean, that's this thing. It's like I used tapes a lot I have a ton of tapes that I recorded music on, like weird songs, and I would just sit there and talk and stuff that growing up. I have all sorts of cassette tapes, and it's not that I was just being kind of like, devil's advocate kind of thing, because I actually like tapes and stuff. Believe it or not, I like that. I loved putting the little, because you can, what is it? On the tops of them where those little holes are, you plug them up, so then you can like record over whatever's on the tape. And I would record music, like guitars and stuff, and my voice and guitar over something, and listen to it back. And sometimes that music would be in the background, and I'd be like all stoned or something listening to it. I'd be like, what? And sometimes it would match up. Like if it was, I would get cassette tapes from like yard sales, and they were like symphonies and things, and you could barely hear them. Sometimes they would just come in and out, and so cool things would happen with cassette tapes, and the act of playing with them and using them to record music in the early days was really fun. And that was how I learned how to that's how I learned how to basically record music in a sense, back and forth on 2 cassette tape players. But I guess my main complaint is like I was trying to find a cassette player a while ago because I have music from a friend of mine who passed away. I found a cassette tape where he is playing all these songs and all these Beatles songs and stuff like that, and I wanted to put them on exactly like what you were just saying, like I wanted to digitize it, play it, and record it, and then put it on a MP3 format kind of thing, so I could send them to his family, and which I ended up doing. But it took me forever to find a stupid. I guess I could have found one online, but I was impatient. But I went and spent like $80 on one at Walmart, of all places, and it was like this little teeny piece of crap, and it barely worked. And I don't know, it was just, I think that if they're gonna make cassette tapes, they should make better cassette tape players out there, and maybe they are now. That was a few years ago, so
That's all I'm saying. It's cool because like with records, that'd be like bringing records back, but then like not updating or offering new needles or it's just or having because like there's like awesome record players out there now and they're making better ones all the time. I'm sure um, it's cool to see that resurgence in that regard because people listen to records for the sound and for like specifically for like the way like the frequencies are and everything within the vinyl. And I think that's really cool. Again, I don't really care. Whatever. I don't. If it could be playing out of a fucking crab shell for all I care. I mean, but my boss is sort of like that. Where he at home they have a vinyl collection. They listen to vinyl at home, but everywhere else he's like I don't care anywhere else, but at home I listen to vinyl. But yeah, anyway, I'm really just babbling now. Sorry. Nah, not the cat poop coffee beans. That's for sure. I can sur- I can survive off that stuff, out in the wild. It tastes like shit. Yeah, I was just mentioning it. And actually, I did get some pretty cool pictures. I'm just so lazy about posting them. But it was. Oh yeah, that's right. I was telling y'all about the guy next to me. His name's Patrick, and I just happened to be next to him in this little room. I was telling y'all about the place we went to. It was a mortuary at one point, and then it like I don't know what happened to it. It closed down at some point, but sat vacant for like 10 years, and then these people just started. They just sort of brought it back to life. It's just south of Morro Bay, like half a mile down the road, basically, in this really, really pretty area. And anyways, uh, cool building too, and everything. And so hanging out with Patrick, and got talking with him pretty good about stuff. And I was just being like really blunt with people about my about how like drawings come to be and stuff. And he was one of them. He was at first it was kind of like, hey, how's it going? Like really just like he was really curt and like quiet. But then I like kept like kind of opening up to him a little bit and he sort of like man, he blossomed like with me. And we were just like rapping back and forth forever and we became like pretty darn friendly by the end of the night. Like, he shared, stuff with me about his family coming out here and like it just things that, about his life. And I thought it was really cool. Um, and and vice versa. I was telling him about like where's like some of my drawings come from and like the inspirations is it's like even like with drug use and things like that. Because some of my drawings were from when I was like in my early 20s and I was experimenting a lot back then. But so then he opened up about that sort of stuff too, and it was really interesting like to hear somebody else's point of view and just to shut the hell up and listen to him because I tend to just like talk all the time, which is great for something like this, but like not in real life. So I'm learning how to like just shut my mouth and just listen to people because that's important. So he's a really nice person, but it's really cool because he owns a fucking record store in Grover Beach, and it's like he's from Bakersfield. He's like spent all of his time out there pretty much, and then he said they started coming out here because his wife was getting a new job or something, and so they were just looking out here. And then at one point they were visiting, and he just was like, "I don't want to go back. I want to live here." And he echoed the same sort of sentiments about the ocean that I do, where it's just like he's just every day at work. If he's like, even if he's not feeling stressed or anything, but whatever, he walks like 3 blocks and he's at the ocean. Like that's how close his little shop is to the beach. And he was telling me by the end of the night, because I have little 7 inches like on vinyl of me. I think I played it here the other day, but it's 2 songs on each side of this little 7 inch, and my two of my songs, and then two of another band's songs called "Seasonal Disguise" from Boise, Idaho, and that's when I lived in Idaho. Put out this little record, and he was like, and I gave him one of them like right off the bat because he had like a bunch of vinyl. So I'm like, here you go, man. Like, cheers. But anyways, sorry if I'm drawing off the thing. Anyways, so yeah, so he's the owner of the record store, but he also has a record label. And then he was telling me that I can bring my art in there because I had all my art. He was looking at it. He bought some of my stuff, and his shit's like right up my alley. It's like trauma kind of stuff, you know, like Toxic Avengers. He was in like yeah, sorry, he was involved in a movie. What was it called? Dang it, something baby, like Gutter Baby or something like that. Some weird ass B-side movie that sounds really cool, like Murder Baby or something. I don't know. It's like, but it like won awards and stuff. And he's like a really interesting dude. And he told me that I can sell my art and my music in his store. So I'm gonna go down to his little beachside record store and sell my. I'm gonna ask him too if I can, because he was talking about putting out a compilation of like local bands, like or bands, you know, like punk rock bands, or maybe he's more. I think they're more like, you know, like hardcore kind of like. I don't even know what people call the music anymore. I just never cared about those things. People are like, it's trip hardcore, hop hop, hippity doo dah core. And I'm like, oh, okay. And people understand that a lot more. People understand my thing when they actually see me play, because they're like, oh, you just play music. You're just a musician. Oh, okay, yeah. Because it's like I don't really even care about genres. Like in one song, it's like kind of like with that band, gosh, System of a Down. There's like I'm not a huge fan of their stuff, but I deeply admire their work and like really respect their work, and I love how their music just like jumps back and forth like between like it's kind of like a Bohemian Rhapsody or something like that, where it just jumps back and forth from different genres, and that's like if I had it in my perfect world, my music would be like that, you know, very Frank Zappa ish. Maybe not as fucking genius, but obviously, but you know, just in that kind of vein. I think that's what I always with recording. It's different than songwriting. It's just recording is so much fun because you can like layer and layer and just do fun stuff, and you know, I got to a point where I just wanted my recordings to sound like what we sounded like live. So I would do like really stripped down recordings of stuff, but then when I was by myself, I would do full on like symphony versions of songs, and I don't know, everything in between. I don't know why I just said all that. What the hell? What was the last thing anybody ever even said? How was the show? That's how my life was yesterday. But it was really cool because I got to meet a lot of really cool people. Like everybody's just so positive, and even the vendors, I've seen them a few different times, but I'm so nervous to like I'm by myself usually, and I try to be approachable. I try to you know to be like kind and smile a lot just so people feel like they can come up and say hi. But even sometimes the vendors, it's hard because I can be, even though I'm sort of eccentric, I'm pretty shy, and it's tough for me sometimes. And because there was also like this really loud, like I don't even know what trance music or something, like doom 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 doom. It was just that the whole time, and I'm just like I'm just not that kind of a person. I mean, I don't like that. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't like it all night. I mean, it's one thing if they played it for like 20 minutes and then switched it up with something else, and then but it was just that stuff all night, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But also, it was just very loud, and I want to be able to. People are asking me questions about my work, and like you know, sometimes people are sitting there and like they'll be looking at something and they just start crying, like one of my drawings, and so I have to like, because my art's pretty. It can be kind of heavy for people, I think sometimes. And it was happening last night, and I couldn't hear them, and I was like wanting. It's frustrating when you want to have a conversation with somebody who's looking at your work and reacting to it in such a visceral way, and you can't even like hear what they're trying to tell you. Um, or you can hear bits and pieces, but I want to hear I want them to know they have my like attention, you know. And it's hard because also I said this yesterday maybe, But at things like that, especially in like rooms where there's like many people talking like that, because it's like a dance studio now, and so there's like mirrors at one end. It's really great. It's a beautiful place, wonderful people, but I can't hear any. It's like I hear everything. I hear every fucking thing, and I hear the guy in the corner like whispering to his buddy, and I hear the dog outside on the leash, and I hear the music coming from the other room, and I hear everybody in the room and everybody next to me and their fingers tapping on their phones, and I hear their hearts beating, and it becomes this one big loud noise, and it just plus on top of that there's that crazy and all I hear is the bass just going boom 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 and then like sometimes over the top it's like and I'm just like what the fuck is happening, but other than that, no, it was great. It was the show, it was great. It was cool. Long story longer. Short story longer. But it's just funny, because there was this kid there who actually, I don't even know how old he is, to be honest, but we actually matched on some site or something like that. But I'm tired of always like on these sites making the first move or saying the first thing, but we totally matched at some point, and I was like, okay, if he's the one that liked me, so if he wants to say anything, now's his chance, and he just never did. So his profile went away or something, like it was like you have one day to talk, and I'm like I don't want to talk or something at that point or whatever. I was just like I'm good, I'm cool. So his thing went away, but then like he was at the thing last night, and he actually bought some of my art and stuff. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, he was talking because I said something to Patrick about it because Patrick, I'm like, isn't this your favorite song? And Patrick's looking at me because we were talking about the music. It was just like, because he's the first one that came over and said something to me. He's like, I'm not trying to sound like an old man, like, an old bitter person, but man, this music. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, thank you, because it's driving me crazy. So we were like in agreement. And so I was talking to Patrick, like, man, how's this song going? And this kid was like, oh, you don't like the music? And I'm like, no, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I'm trying to talk to you right now and I can't hear you. Plus, I've been in bands since I was 15. And so, like, my ears are sensitive to things. And like I said, I hear everything, and that means I hear nothing. So I can't even hold a conversation. It's difficult. And people always think I'm just being rude or something like that. But it's like, no, I just can't hear you. That's all. That's it. I'm not trying to be rude. And I don't want to talk because then it means you're going to say something and I can't hear you. And then I have to fake laugh like I did hear you. And I don't want to fake laugh at something that you said if I don't think it's funny. So, anyways, but then, yeah, the kid bought some art and I think he recognized me, but at the same time, he didn't say anything about the dating site or anything like that. And it was just on the friendly portion of the dating site. It was like, just be friends or something. But he was telling me about his like partner and stuff like that and a few different things. And then there was another person saying, I fear for people like us now and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? And he was cool. He's chill, but like, I'm not afraid, man. I'm not afraid. And I mean, this is a gentleman who I don't even know what his pronouns are, to be honest. I shouldn't be doing that, but like, they like, they have a beard and they wear a dress, and they're gonna get looks. They're gonna get looks out in public, obviously. I get looks, tons of looks. I always wear women's clothes out in public. There's no easy way of saying the type of clothes there are. To me, they're just clothes now, but like, if you see me in public from behind, you would never know I was a dude, but but I'm still quite a target to some people, I guess, but I'm not gonna like go up to people that I don't know and be like, I'm so scared since last Tuesday. And I'm like thinking, what the fuck was last Tuesday? Oh, like, oh, you're talking about politics? Like, yeah, homie, don't play that. Like, I think there's good and bad people everywhere. Everywhere. And I think the baddies are on the side you think are good. And I think the goodies are on the side you think are bad. And vice versa. It's all mixed up. No such thing as good and bad in that way. There's the system that is corrupt and allows people to do horrible things. And there's laws that are written so people can take advantage of that system and hurt the poorest among us. But I'm not going to take out my frustrations that I have with corporate America and those who hold us back from our true potentials. I'm not going to hold my neighbors accountable. I'm going to fight. I'm going to punch up and fight the people at the top, at the tippity top. And I'm going to aim all my blows at them. And that's the thing whenever you talk about this kind of stuff with people, they always start saying, well, this guy down the street. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the guy down the street. The guy down the street doesn't have any power. The people at the top do. And those are the people I'm mad at. I'm not worried about the guy down the street who listens to whatever brainwashing media he wants to listen to, or she, or whatever. They can do what they want. The point is, we need to change the media. We need to make it to where like people actually are listening or finding the right kind of truth. And what happened in the 90s, in 96, was the consolidation of the media in this country. It went from like, what was it, like 300 or something like that, companies, to 6. Maybe it wasn't 300. I think it was like 64, like big companies, like news corporations or something like that. And it brought them down to 6. And Bill Clinton did that for the Republicans. And then they turned around and impeached his ass. And the same things happened with Obama over and over. He would try to appease the Republicans over and over. By doing that, fucking over the working class. And not bringing the hope and change that he said he would. And running out of bombs in Syria. And not helping Native Americans at Standing Rock in his last days in office. When he could have made quite a difference for them. So for some of us Americans, the Armageddon has already come. Look at the people in Flint, Michigan. That was during Obama. He didn't do shit for them either. And they're still suffering under every president. So if you look at the people that are always suffering under any president, and you think you wear their shoes for 25 seconds, you might know where I'm kind of coming from when it comes to this, where like, for them, nobody gives a fuck. And it doesn't matter who they vote for, because they just die anyways. And not to mention all the people in other countries that die, literally, from our bombs being dropped on them. And they never even have a chance to vote, because they don't live in a democracy. And I am more and more and more with those people that have never had a voice to begin with. And I'll use whatever fucking pulpit or soapbox that I have to say this shit. Because nobody else really seems to give a fuck about those people. Collateral damage, And when you bring it up, you're called a commie, or you're called a racist, or you're called a socialist, or you're called a sexist. Because you don't bat for any team, or you don't hang a flag on the fucking, next to the American flag outside of your favorite fucking rock star politician. Politicians that wouldn't. Anyways. I forget what I was talking about, but let's not talk about that anymore. Exactly. Because people forget what they do behind closed doors, and they work together behind closed doors.
this 12 string back. I can't wait to tune it. I'm gonna tune you and make you feel all better. And we're gonna write some protest songs. Because all the people who said that they would fight the power, they gave up. They gave in. They forgot what the power was. And it's not personality, friends. Personality has no power. People have power. It's the people. It's made of people. It's the people. Okay, I'm doing a marathon today, friends. I'm shooting for a full 24 hours, so hey, we're gonna go right on down the list here. I'm not sure what list I'm talking about, but maybe you do, and if you don't, now you do. Because I sure as hell don't. None of this makes any sense. That's okay. For the life of me, nothing ever does. Oh golly. That's right. Nope. Oh, yeah. I gotta read from the book, friends. Give me one moment. Ours. Chapter 3, verse 4. Love is like a lichen, hairy, scary, and cool. Who would have thought? Okay. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Chapter 4, verse 3, word 2, letter 5. Oh, it's a D. Huh. Hey, Grandma. Yeah, it's a D. Yeah, chapter 4, verse 3, chapter 5, word 5, word 3. Word 3? Yeah, word 3 is a D. Yep, you're welcome. Making sure. Oh, I'm gonna take you guys on a walkabout. This is my backyard. Sorry, that's probably loud. Scratching against the microphone. This is my backyard. Well, it's my aunt's. But that's where the sun comes up, over there. It's really cold out here. You can see the sun's coming up. It is cool. That's where the dog pees. As you can, I think it's like the Orion's, the constellation. Oh, whoa. Over there. I'm not seeing what you're saying either. That's really cool. But there's a plane. That's cold. This is a little peach tree, and it had really good peaches. There's a fucking tree. What kind of tree is that again? Oh, it's a cherry tree. That's right. Black cherry. Okay, I gotta go back in. It's cold. But this is Paso Robles, California. When I lived here as a kid, in '97, this was all grass. There was nothing. There was no patio, no hot tub. Certainly no hot tub. And it was just grass all the way to the fence, and I used to have to, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I used to have to mow it. But now this is the grass, but that's my little bungalow. My closet. Come out here to smoke paintings. My little fire extinguisher. Very cute. Okay, my briefcase. Oh, it's empty. Okay. Sorry, I gotta get warm. Oh gosh. Was not prepared for that.
And it's crazy coming back here because when I was 17, I lived here and stuff, and it was when my uncle was alive and all that. But you know, I was only 17, so it was just like being a whole different person, and being able to have all that, all this crazy, stupid life experience, and come back as like a when I did, I was 44. It was weird because, you know, I was able to kind of just still feel like I was 17 again, but with the experience of a 44-year-old. And I still kind of feel that way because everything here has just been so pretty much positive, you know? Not like it wasn't not like that all the time, but really lately things have gotten so much better. And I just I didn't know things could get so good. So it's a new feeling, and I think gratitude is important. And I'm trying to mend. My brother actually wrote me on my birthday, wished me happy birthday. So I'm hoping I can at least talk to him and get that ball rolling. Because I want him to move down here. I don't care if he is mad at me or hates me or whatever. I just want him to be closer. I know my mom would like it too. But I want to be able to grab him and take him to the ocean and just go for a walk by the beach or something like that, you know? He would still be a curmudgeon, I'm sure, but still. I love my brother. Hey, Gecko. We were just talking about knives. And lizards. But how have you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. You've been gone. Did somebody steal your tail? Is your tail growing back finally? Did somebody take your tail and you were looking for it? There's a whole movie about it now, I bet. Like the tale of Gecko. Wait. The story of the tale of Gecko. Wait. The story of Gecko's tail. Part 2. Gecko's revenge.
In a world where Gecko disappeared for an entire week, comes the tale of Gecko. What? What am I reading here? What? Why am I talking like this? It's a movie trailer. Right. Okay. In a world where geckos chat online with strangers, comes the story of the tale of a gecko named Gecko.
Hi, I'm Gecko. I don't think you sound like that in real life. I think you sound like this in real life. Hey. Or if you Google the raptor. Oh, hey, what? No, don't Google. No. Go away. Assistant. Jeez. Can't say anything. That's really freaky. It's just always listening. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's always listening. Let's talk about roses and whiskey or something like that, like we always do. Sometimes I pour cottage cheese on mine, slowly, just for fun. Doesn't really do much, but I just kind of soothe the burning and the itch. But yeah, cottage cheese helps. I don't know, down there it's probably just called cheese, I imagine. Especially underground, if you're underground and you're healing. You're gonna want to go out and get some sun, because, well, I think you're cold-blooded, so you're gonna want to go soak up some sun, put some cottage cheese on that thing, and just let it ride. Okay. And if you need somebody to kiss it, just let us know. I've only kissed one tail, one stub in my entire life, and I always swore that it wouldn't be my last. I hereby promise that I will kiss that stud if it comes to that. Anyway, so just let me know. And and let the healing begin. How about that? Mm-hmm. How about that? Oh my gosh, my 12 string. It sounds so good. I played it at the shop too. I walk in there, you know, and I'm just I don't know what people. I wish I sort of just knew what people are thinking about me. Because when I opened the door and there were these two dudes standing there in the guitar shop. Because I went in there to pick up my guitar, and I'm just, I don't know. I'm just wearing makeup. I was wearing this black wig yesterday that was like it looked like Betty Page and stuff, and I was wearing these like eyeglasses. I was just decked out, you know, in a big. I wore a dress, a big black dress and stuff, and it just cracks me up the way it just I opened the door and they both were just like, oh, hi. You know, they're like in the middle of a conversation too. But I was like, hey, I'm here to pick up my 12 string. And anyways, like they had it in a case, and I'm like, he was like, and here it is, and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I kept trying to tell him, I'm like, I didn't have a case. So they put my 12 string in somebody else's case, and they were trying to send me off with it. But I was like, no, the but finally I was like, that's not my, I might think about buying a case, but that's not my case. But it fit perfectly too, and it sucked because it was a hard case. And he was like, it's somebody else's case then. And I was like, cool. But he handed me my guitar, and I played it, you know, for a second, because he's like, oh, it's probably not in tune, but I played it anyways, and they were both like, oh, yeah, like, and then the other guy next to him, he was like, what kind of music do you play? And asked me all these questions and stuff, and I don't know. I think I just started playing, and that's when they were like, oh, he can actually play the guitar, you know? But the action on it, they brought the action down, and it just plays so much better now. And it's an electric, so I can plug it in and use pedals and things like that. And for playing live, I want to play it live more, because it just obviously it's 12 string instead of 6, so it's got more stuff going on. Even without pedals, it would sound cool just by itself, you know. But I'm excited. I'm happy that I'm getting this corner kind of cornered. I'm gonna go talk to a gentleman today at that place that I showed at recently in a little town called Tascadero, just south of here. And I'm gonna talk to him about doing a mural in his bar. He bought one of my big ass door painting, and he said he was gonna mount it in there, and whether he does that or not, whatever, he still bought it, and it's cool. But I'm gonna go in there and talk to him about doing a mural, and hopefully, if there's time and all this kind of stuff to do it, that'd be wonderful. Kind of just depends on what he wants. I've never really done a mural, so it would be fun and kind of a challenge, and it'd be cool to go in there like after hours too, and just like listen to music and just listen to Last of the Mohicans and just draw, because I have paint pens and stuff that should be able to draw on a wall that's been treated just fine. He's funny. Sek, you're funny. You're my favorite demon. Always trying to suck me back into hell. How are you today, my friend? Are you devilishly delicioso? I drew you in here. Can you see it? If you can find yourself in here, Sekutas, I'll give you a demon dollar. Not a demon daughter. I know what you guys are up to these days, you freaks. A demon dollar, like a coin. It's cool. It's like a token, and you can use it to put over your eyes when you take the boat ride across the river to hell. Just like the rest of us all have to do. All the rest of us, Joe Schmoes. We all have to go to limbo too. It's not like just because people believe they go to somewhere different for a while. No, they all go to hell. And then they just wait in limbo. Especially the babies. Imagine how many babies are in there straight up from God himself. Those poor little things are like, wait a second, but God killed us. And they're like, yeah, I know, but you still gotta wait here. In limbo. Please don't whine about it. Don't bring that stuff up. That contradicts everything that we're talking about. And so I just say, hey, why not? And then everybody has fun and we all just get along just fine and we eat cupcakes and stuff. It's pretty darn evil down here. I'm telling you that much. And my cat loves it. She fits right in. The little bitch. Until then, evil schmeevil. Let's just have fun. I know you are, and I hope your family's doing well. No harm, no foul. I was raised by a gaggle of geese, and we used to say that. They use that expression all the time. No gaggle, no, wait. No farm, no. What was it that I said, Sec? I forgot. No big whoop. Love you. That actually reminds me of a song. It goes, I think it sort of goes like this. Evil, evil is in the eye of the beholder. That's right. Evil, whoa, evil is in the eye of the beholder. If you see it everywhere, well, that's evil that you see everywhere, indeed. Don't wish for evil all the time. Just go out and have some fun, hey, on my dime. That's right, let's be friends. Go to hell together. Yay! Oh gosh, I gotta feed my animals. I gotta go and come back for a little bit. But if you want to join the club, you can by calling 1-900-EAT-SHIT. It's really cool. We're all friendly. It's really cool. We do have a limbo pole and everything, and a tetherball court with 4 tetherballs. You people in Australia just probably call that ball head because they use heads, like severed heads. Put them on a string and fling them around. It's a bloody mess, but it's really fun. It's quite a noble sport. Anywho, I gotta go. Be careful out there. Sec, God bless you. I think you just sneezed. Passerby, you be good. You be good. Joel, keep an eye on things.
How do you trust us with Sharpies?
Zach, come on, you gotta come back with some roasts, man. I think we're all just having fun. But yeah, it's getting a lot closer now that I'm finding like literally like the rooftop for this thing by making like roofs. So it'll start squaring off a little bit up. Maybe I can. Let's see if I can. Is that as far? Oh, that's right. The table can go up. I have my camera on a table. Like lift like that, just like that. It's kind of dangerous. I'm afraid of heights. Whoa, whoa. but that's okay. So yeah, basically, you can see what I'm talking about better now. I'm just kind of squaring it off at the bottom because it was like so round. It was hard for me to like imagine what was happening. So I had to like start literally adding squares in the form of like windows. And then that allow me to like build like a sort of city behind these things, and these branches or these horns maybe for this deer or whatever maybe will come out and turn into like tree limbs and kind of finish it off at the top. And then I'll come down here and I'll finish this off with something. And then it'll be done, pretty much. and I'll work on it probably later on today. And I'm really happy with this one actually. Sometimes they don't really. It's not. I don't think it would have come this far if I didn't have, if I didn't see potential in it, but I do. And I think I see too, like where people. I know Sek was. I think Sek was just kind of drawing or kidding, but at the same time, I could see where people would think it was like there was like evil stuff going on because obviously like there's like fruit, naked people, fruit. I don't know if that's evil or not. There's naked people and fruit. But I mean, obviously there's like these things, but like I don't see like people with horns as demons. They're in my folklore that I create for my these things. I don't see demons. It's just I mean, they are sort of like I said last night. They're sort of like angels, but they're more so like this anamorph. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like anamorphic? Not anamorphic. Just a like 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 oh my gosh, I can't think of the word right now. Just half man, half beast kind of stuff, because that's how I look at us humans. Is we're beasts and we're products of our environment, and we're one with the world, whether we like it or not. No matter how far apart, no matter how far removed we think we are, we're very much connected to our environment and to our people, and to the animals and everything around us. And it's just important to remember that, every little thing you do matters. And just important to just try to be thoughtful. Like Sek, just coming in, dropping a bomb like that, and then heading out like that. Yeah, gotta respect that. That's super thoughtful. But I also wish that people like that would come back with other jokes, because I think Gecko used to do that. At first I couldn't like read Gecko too well because I think it's hard to tell when somebody's like joking through text or like being sarcastic or whatever. And Gecko would always say things that YouTube would what do you call it, like hold or for review or something like that. And so at first I was like, I can't tell what this Gecko person's up to. But then obviously I got to know Gecko, and now Gecko is part of the family. He is in a mason jar in the other room right now. There's great Wi-Fi in that mason jar. It just bounces right off the thing like diamonds in a rust mine. So that's just a shining example of how a beauty can make friends with a beast. And once I shave, I don't look so much like a beast anymore, but right now I do. That's why I said that. So Gecko is a very beautiful, beautiful person, and I wish your tail the best of luck. My cat's trying to eat the walls, but anyways, love y'all. Be safe out there. Give your animals a big hug and a kiss from me. And I hope your family is doing well. Everybody's safe, okay? And if you pray, go and pray. If not, just go and eat shit. Whatever the hell you people do that don't pray. No, I don't. It's not like I pray like all the time, but just think happy thoughts. How about that? Okay. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll probably talk to you like in 20 minutes. Hey, 13 likes. Right on. My lucky number. See ya.